Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Family Moments, where we use really cool object lessons
that teach the truth about what matters most.
Exactly. And today, we're going to have some fun with this.
Your hands? Oh, are we going to shake hands?
No, we're not going to shake hands.
Oh, well, maybe you're going to high five?
No, we're not going to high five either.
Oh, well, maybe we're going to make a fist?
Well, no, we're not going to make a fist.
Yeah, like this. So that we can punch each other in the arm. I guess I don't know my own strength.
Hey friends, Pastor Robbie here, along with today's special co-host, Bree.
Hello.
And today, we're going to have some fun learning about faith.
Faith? What's that got to do with their hands?
Well, we are continuing our series called Come to Your Senses, where we will use our 5 different senses to draw closer to God.
You mean seeing, touching, hearing, tasting, and smelling?
Exactly. Those are our 5 senses. And last week we covered hearing, and today we're talking about touch. And that involves our hands today.
Does the Bible talk about touch?
Actually, it touches quite a bit on touch.
It does?
Oh yeah. In Mark 8:22 it says, they came to Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man and begged Jesus to touch him. And then verse 25 says, once more, Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes. Then his eyes were opened, his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
And in Matthew 9:21, there was a woman who said, if I only touch his cloak, I will be healed.
Oh yeah, I remember that story too.
And then in Mark 1, verses 40 through 41, it says, a man with leprosy came to him and begged him on his knees, if you are willing, you can make me clean. Jesus was indignant. He reached out his hand and touched the man. I am willing, he said, be clean.
Wow, there is a lot of touching in the Bible.
Oh yes. And many of these examples revolved around Jesus' miracles and having faith.
Sounds like faith and touch are connected.
Well, touch is an amazing thing, and it can really strengthen our belief.
You mean our faith?
Exactly. Let me demonstrate this for you with a couple fun object lessons I like to call Stay in Touch. For this first one, I want you to clasp your hands together like this, and then hold your 2 index fingers out, but don't let them touch each other. And what I'm going to do is use my invisible string and wrap it around your fingers until you get closer and closer together and you can't keep them apart.
That'll never work. I don't see any string.
Where's your faith? Watch and be amazed.
What in the world? How did you do that?
Crazy, isn't it?
So do all miracles have to involve touch?
Well, no. Jesus didn't have to touch the leper or the blind man for them to be healed. It was their faith that healed them. But by adding that sense of touch, it seemed to help their belief.
Like the story of the doubting Thomas?
Well, yeah, that's another good example. Jesus had risen from the dead and appeared to all the disciples except Thomas. And when they told him about it, he said, unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. And then in John 20:27, Jesus said to Thomas, put your finger here, see my hands, reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe.
So we don't have to touch to believe, but it helps?
Yes. Our sense of touch is an amazing thing. Like this second example involving 3 bowls of water. Now I want you to put your left hand in this bowl.
Oh, that's really hot.
Yes, and put your right hand in this bowl.
Wow, that's really cold.
Right. Now keep them in there for a minute. And then I'm going to have you take both your hands out and put them in the middle bowl at the same time. And you need to tell me what the temperature of the water is like in the middle bowl. Are you ready? Okay, put both hands in the middle bowl.
Oh man, that feels strange.
So can you tell me what the temperature is like?
Man, I can't tell if the water is hot or cold.
It's actually warm water in the middle bowl.
What in the world? Why can't I tell?
Because touch is a crazy and amazing thing.
I feel like I'm out of touch with this one.
Oh, good one. God gave us the sense of touch, and we can use it to strengthen our faith. Like with this third object lesson involving this. What do you think this is?
It looks like a square, box, or a cube, or something.
Right. But what if I told you that it was so much more than that? It's a star, and a triangle, and a stack of blocks.
What? Are you crazy? It looks like a cube to me.
Well, that's the power of touch and faith. When you hold it and massage it, you'll notice that it's actually made up of magnetic pieces that can be shaped into different objects.
What in the world?
And you don't have to force it. You just have to feel it and have a little faith, and it will become something pretty amazing, like this triangle.
Whoa, how'd you do that?
With my hands. Or how about this stack of blocks?
That is cool.
Or even this star.
Okay, I want one of those.
It's called a Shashibo, and you can use your hands to form over 70 different shapes.
I love it.
I'll put a link in the description below this video in case people want to order one at home. And while hands and touching can play a big part of our faith, real faith isn't about touching with our hands, it's about touching our heart.
Oh, I like that.
And the Bible says that if we have real faith, we will actually put our hands to work for the Lord.
Interesting. Now that's what I call staying in touch with the Lord.
Exactly. Having a little faith and putting it to work is a beautiful thing. So, Bree, what did you learn today?
I learned that Jesus used touch a lot when it came to miracles and strengthening people's faith.
Exactly.
And we can put our faith to work by using our hands to serve the Lord.
Very good.
Now, I was just thinking about 3 cups of water and touch.
3 cups of water and touch. Oh, really?
Yeah, and a blindfold.
A blindfold? I don't think I like the sound of this.
We'll put this over your eyes and see if you can tell the temperature of the 3 cups of water.
Well, that doesn't sound too hard. Oh, wait, I can't feel the cups.
Not with your hands, with your head.
With my head? What are you talking about?
Well, here's cup number 1. Here's number 2. And here's number 3. Can you tell the difference?
No.
Maybe we should try it again.
I don't think so. We'll see you around.